Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mitz. Today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Obviously it's a pretty big difference. What I have here are the red lights that I picked up on Amazon. These were rock lights that I bought. It was a cheap kit. I installed them. I had them on the Jeep for about a year. However, they started to get dull and it just wasn't doing it for me. These are the rock lights from MICTUNING, Make It Cool Tuning. They have a bunch of LEDs and they have a bunch of auxiliary switches on their website. Definitely worth checking out. I'll link to everything below. Today, we're just going to do a quick unboxing. I'll show you what comes in the kit with these lights. Then we'll jump into the garage. I'm going to lay out the lights, do a quick install on the Jeep, and later tonight, we'll fire them up and see how they look. Before we head into the garage for the install, I wanted to jump to the website real quick, and here it is. This is MICTUNING.com. You'll find everything you want here, from LEDs to auxiliary panels to pod lights. Definitely worth checking them out. These are the Q2 RGB IC rock lights from MICTUNING. What makes these unique is they have these side windows that allow the 36 LEDs to have a 160-degree beam light. That gives you a huge footprint of light out of these. The 36 LEDs give you that brightness and all the different color options you want. These lights are extremely durable, as I mentioned, IP68. It'll handle all the water, mud, sleet, dirt, whatever you want to throw at them. And you can use these in multiple applications, including boats. They're marine ready. IP68 gives you that ability. So check them out. This is MICTUNING, MICTUNING.com. Now, let's get into the install. Well, I just spent the last 45 minutes ripping out the old lights. You should see the mess. I think I used too many zip ties. But the new kit, I just wanted to show you. Once again, I laid it out real quick. You have 4 extension cables. You have the switch. You have the control unit. You have lights labeled left and right. This is the 8-gang unit, so obviously 4 on the left, 4 on the right. You have your bag of hardware, and you have some washers. 1 in the wheel well, 2 in the middle, 1 in the wheel well, both passengers and driver's side. Figure out the mounting locations, and then I'll show you how I tied that into my auxiliary panel. So the plan now, lay them out, right side, left side, find the mounting locations, and run the wires. Super simple. Start at the front of the vehicle and work your way back. The control box, wherever it is going to be, you want to make sure that you have enough cable to get to where you need to go. Also, the control box has the 2 pigtails that come off, and they're both male ends. So you would start with male ends, connect the female, start at the control box, connect it, and work your way back down the right side. Start at the control box, work your way back down the left side. Now it's time to take you through the passenger side journey of mounting these lights. Here's the breakdown. Inside the engine compartment, you have your fuse panel, you have your battery. This is my 6-gang MICTUNING auxiliary that's mounted inside the cab, so that's where my switches are. I'll end up wiring everything right to this. What I ended up doing was the control panel, taking the right side, fishing it right straight down right here. It's right behind the fuse box. You can almost see straight down. Drop the cable. It then goes down below. And I was able to connect right to the first fender light here. This one, poke 2 holes, push the bolts through, and then I ended up using larger washers just to make sure it holds in place. You'll have to take the 10mm bolts out and a few of the body mount pins and just pop those out. You can get your hand back there pretty easy. It's just a struggle without doing that, but I highly recommend it. Take the bolts out, pop the panel down, and you can get to the back end. This light has an in from the panel and an out. The out runs right along here and down. Underneath the Jeep, there's a channel. The first half you can actually run the cable in the channel, and that protects it from any wear and tear. When you get to the first light, you connect the pigtail. There's an incoming and an outgoing. The outgoing you would then follow down to the next light, which is located under the passenger rear door. And then you move on to the rear wheel well. This one was actually pretty easy. There's a good amount of room near the rear shock. So you do the same. You drill the hole, you pass the cable through. When it comes out the back end, you can just grab it and tie in the cable. One thing to watch out for is the last light in the series, you have to put the terminator cap on the end.
This is what keeps these lights IP68 waterproof, dustproof, mudproof, and all that good stuff. You don't want these wires to corrode. So don't forget to have that terminator cap at the end of the run on each side. So here's what the auxiliary switch looks like. I'm going to take out the 2 wires that were in for my previous rock lights, and I'll take the positive and negative and feed those in. So now on my 6-gang switch, we'll be powering my rock lights. This is the left side, this is the right side, and they run down. So now all I need to do is connect this to this and I have power. Basically, that's the entire right side. The left side was pretty much the same. There was nothing too crazy about it. I will say when you're dealing with the wheel well, if you use a 10mm wrench, you can take out the bolts, and then a typical body panel kit you can use to pop the body rivets, and that allows that plastic liner to drop down. By doing that, you can get your hand behind the liner, makes it a lot easier. You have to be a little bit of a contortionist to get your hands up behind and get the bolts on, but take your time, it's not too bad. The install's done, and I'm back in the Jeep out of the garage, and you can see how cool these lights are. There are a ton of programmable settings in the app, and here are just a few. There's strobe, there's waterfall, there's jump. You can even program these to play to music. You can program each pod to be its own color. You can customize it and set your own schemes. So they're pretty neat. What I like is my Jeep is red, my previous lights are red, that's what I do. So here's a picture of the old red lights side by side with a picture of the new red lights. As you can see, the footprint of the light is much brighter and bigger. It's so cool. These tie into my 6-gang auxiliary switch, which is inside the cab, and on top of that, my 6-gang auxiliary switch has a remote. It's another great feature from my MICTUNING 6-gang switch. If that's something you're interested in, I'll link to that in the description below. Check out that video. Thanks for sticking around. This is another install on my Jeep. I'm Mitz. We'll see you in the next video.